Okay, here we go. Hi, this is DJ Radio Conscious, and I'm going to be reading you some text from RunCynthiaRun.org, Cynthia McKinney, and Rosa Clemente's campaign website, presidential campaign website for the Green Party. This is from Cynthia McKinney, accepts the presidential nomination of the Green Party of the United States. Cynthia McKinney, Acceptance Remarks, Green Party Convention, Chicago, Illinois, July 12, 2008. Let me introduce to you my family and your Power to the People Committee. My mother and father, Billy and Leola McKinney. My son, Coy, who just graduated from college in Canada. I want you to know that there is no way I could do this without their love and support. Your Power to the People Committee members who are with us today. You've all shared emails with her and heard her lovely voice on the telephone. Lucy Bradley, the campaign manager of my 2004 comeback campaign, and FEC compliance team leader for the Power to the People Committee. I've known him all of my political life. You've known him for years. If you're a Green Party member, High Esco website man with the Power to the People Committee. In 2 long road trips from Georgia to Maine, 1 trip through California, Oregon, and Washington, and by way of numerous emails, you all have come to know my friend, personal assistant, proud Haitian American activist. Go to the RunCynthiaRun.org to read the text that I'm reading right now, and you will see the correct spelling and pronunciation of this name. Following comma, David Joe Sir, standing firm against the occupation of Haiti. John Judge is my friend. He shared U.S. government COINTELPRO documents with me that few except researchers have ever seen. John Judge is an expert on the murders of Malcolm X, John Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., Bobby Kennedy, COINTELPRO, other government covert operations directed at certain U.S. citizens, and what really happened on 9/11. Maybe John can tell me how our military and intelligence infrastructure failed 4 times in one day after the taxpayers invested trillions of dollars in them. Janet Young, proud accountant for the Power to the People Committee, learned the truth. Janet Young, proud accountant for the Power to the People Committee, learned the true meaning of politics when she saw what happened to me after I put impeachment on the table. I'm also joined on the platform by members of the Reconstruction movement who have come into the Green Party to support our Power to the People Committee, who have come into the Green Party to support our Power to the People campaign. The Reconstruction movement came into being as a result of dissatisfaction around government failure and unmet needs of Hurricanes Katrina and Rita, survivors, and the many communities across our country in need of reconstruction. The Run Cynthia Run visionaries from California who are responsible for bringing me to the party's presidential process. All of the Green Party candidates who are running for election in 2008, and Rosa Clemente, your vice presidential nominee. Thank you all for being here and standing with me today. In 1851, in Akron, Ohio, a former slave woman abolitionist and women's rights activist by the name of Sojourner Truth gave a speech now known as Ain't I Woman. Sojourner Truth began her remarks, well, children, where there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. She then went on to say that even though she was a woman, no one had ever helped her out of carriages, or lifted her over ditches, or given her a seat of honor in any place. Instead, she acknowledged that as a former slave and as a black woman, she had to bear the lash as well as any man, and that she had borne 13 children and seen most all sold off slavery. And when I cried out with my mother grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Finally, Sojourner Truth says, if the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. As it was in 1851, so too it is in 2008. There is so much racket that we too know something is out of kilter. In 1851, the racket was about a woman's right to vote. In 1848, just a few years before Sojourner uttered those now famous words, Ain't I a Woman, suffragists met in Seneca Falls, New York, and issued a declaration. The declaration began, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of those who suffer from it to refuse allegiance to it and to insist upon the institution of a new government. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariable the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security, such has been the patent sufferance of the woman under this government, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to demand the equal station to which they are entitled. 260 women and 40 men gathered in Seneca Falls, New York, and declared their independence from the politics of their present and embarked upon a struggle to create a politics for the future. That bold move by a handful of people in one relatively small room laid the groundwork and is the precedent for what we do today.